And I think we are live. Let me make sure we're live. Make sure I have volume. Why isn't it playing the volume? Oh, there we go. We got volume. All righty. Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever to everybody out there. Uh, we're going to talk about cruising tonight and our upcoming cruise. So if you come into the chat, please let me know. Put a comment in the chat. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Whatever you want to do. If you have questions, make sure you ask questions. I'll answer any questions you have. Uh, Maybe wait a couple minutes and see if anybody comes in, and we'll get this chat about our cruise started. This is our first cruise this year. I don't know if we'll do any more, but we had one cruise last year. Where'd we go last year? St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic. Oh, St. Martin or St. Thomas? Oh, and St. Martin. Okay. So where are we going to go this year? No, don't tell them. It's supposed to be a secret. Don't tell them. Leah's here. Hey, Leah, how you doing? Do you want to come on live with me and chat? You're welcome to do that if you want. We can talk about cruising. I was trying to wait to see if any more people would come in. I've got you guys on the big screen TV up there. So if you're here, let me know. Put your comments in the comment section so I know you're here watching. It looks like I got about 5 people on. So we are going to be cruising next month in the month of April. And our kind of go-to is, oh, you just woke up from a nap. Well, we all got a nap. I've been busy all day. I touched up the table because I found some little red spots coming out that I missed on the kitchen table when I was painting it. And then I made a key lime pie. And then I was back in the craft room doing some crafts and made pizza for dinner, homemade pizza for dinner. So I've been pretty busy all day. I haven't really had time to nap, but I don't normally nap anyway. So that's good. So anyway, so we are going in May on a cruise. My May is going to be really busy because I've got the cruise going on, and I'm going to come home for about a week, and then I'm going out to Colombia on a missionary trip with the church. It's the same trip that I went on in November with them, but I'm looking forward to doing that again. It's medical. We do set up clinics and have free medical care for people who can't afford medical down there. And then come home for about a week and then head to New York to see my mom, who just turned 92. And I want to go up and see her for Mother's Day. So I'll be up there Mother's Day weekend and a little bit past that. So Steve is not going to be going to Colombia and to New York with me, I don't believe. But he is, of course, going on the cruise with me. So we're looking forward to doing that. So we are heading out of Fort Lauderdale. We're going to fly down to Fort Lauderdale and stay in a hotel overnight. We always opt to do the hotels overnight instead of trying to get there the day the ship leaves, leave out early, get there early, and then hope to catch the ship. We don't want to do that because the way the airlines are, I just don't trust that they're going to get me there on time. Kind of like what happened when we flew out to Alaska, my sisters and I, and we got delayed for 24 hours. So we missed a whole day in Alaska. I don't want to do that when I'm trying to catch a cruise ship. So we always book a hotel, stay overnight, and then we have a check-in time for the cruise for between 12 o'clock and 12:30. So we can leave the hotel at 11 o'clock, get a shuttle. If the hotel has a shuttle, we'll take a shuttle down to the cruise ship. If they don't have a shuttle, then we have to grab a cab or something. But we took a shuttle the last time. There was such a traffic jam down there that we sat in traffic for a very long time. If we had paid for a cab, I think it would have been crazy ridiculous how much we would have had to pay. But the ships knew that there was a traffic jam. They knew there was stuff going on in the port and people couldn't get through. So they didn't really hold you to your check-in times, which was good. They understood everybody was going through the same situation. Luckily, we had caught a shuttle from the hotel, so we didn't have to pay. I mean, I think we paid for the shuttle, but we didn't have to pay per mile or anything like that, luckily, or per hour or whatever. Like the cabs will charge you if you're sitting in traffic, you're still going to get charged. The meter's still running. So we didn't have to do that. So I'm kind of a little leery of taking cabs now because of that situation we ran into the last time. But we'll see. I'm not sure. If there's a shuttle, we'll probably go ahead and just take the shuttle down to the cruise port, try to get there by noon. If there's nobody that can get us there by noon, we'll probably have to take a cab. So we will be going on the Celebrity. We're fans of Celebrity. We've cruise Celebrity. Most of our cruises have been Royal Caribbean or Celebrity, which are sister ships. The last Celebrity we did, the Apex, we weren't real thrilled with that ship. It just seemed like there was a lot of kids, and then there wasn't a lot of activities, and it just wasn't a lot to do. The food wasn't great. So we weren't really happy with the Apex, but I think it was spring break too. So I think that might have been one of our issues, is we didn't plan correctly, because we planned for a cruise during spring break, which normally we're kind of cued in on that and we kind of avoid spring break. But this time it is not spring break, and we have been on the Reflection before. So we're going to go on the Celebrity Reflection again. And we kind of know the ship because we've been on it once before. We were happy with it. I have some videos from it in my playlist. And I think it'll be okay. I think the food was okay. I think, Steve always has a little bit of issues with the food. He's used to food cooked a certain way, and, sometimes he'll try stuff new, but most time he just is a creature of habit. So he doesn't always like all the food that's offered in the dining rooms. So I think the Reflection was okay, though. I think we'll do fine with the food there. Foothills of Appalachia is here, and don't remember your name. Tell me your name if you want to. And welcome. I'm glad you've come into the chat. Let me know if you have any questions, y'all, as I'm going along or anything. So we have we'll be leaving at 3:30 p.m. The cruise leaves at 3:30 p.m. the day we board the ship, and then we have a whole day at sea. So I'm interested to see what they'll have to offer. I think last time they had an art class that we could take, and I think we might have taken 2 art classes. We both like art, and we don't mind drawing and painting and all that fun stuff. So, Rowdy and Angel. Well, welcome, Rowdy and Angel. I'm glad you came into the chat today. And so I'm interested to see what they have. I've always liked to do bingo. The last couple ships we didn't have bingo. They had Deal or No Deal, which I don't like as much. And I probably would not pay to do that again. I paid to do it, but it really wasn't that much fun. So if they have bingo, I may do bingo, may not. We didn't get the drink package this time because it's like $100 or something a day, and we don't drink that much. We may have a glass of wine or a pina colada or something, or the specialty coffee. But we definitely don't drink $100 worth of drinks every day. So we opted not to get the drink package this time and just pay for drinks as we order them. I live in North Georgia. Oh, North Georgia. Okay. Are you going to have a storm tonight? Isn't there a thunderstorm coming through there? Yeah, Hockenberry Holler. She's from Appalachia area too. So we have one day at sea, and then we dock the next morning at 7 a.m. in Cozumel, Mexico. Now, we've been to Cozumel a few times. We are scuba divers, or we have been in the past. We're getting old, but we've dove there a few times and love the dive team down in Cozumel. Appalachia. It's storming now with strong winds. Oh, okay. Well, stay safe down there. I hope y'all don't lose power or have trees down or anything, get any kind of damage. Just be safe. I heard it was going up the coast, maybe hit North Carolina. Hockenberry Holler, Leah's in North Carolina. Are you getting wind down there in Leah? So, but we are not diving Cozumel this time. It wasn't offered through the ship, and most of the time when we do our excursions, we go through the ship and do ship excursions. That way they're guaranteed not to leave you. And if you get tied up somewhere and the excursion doesn't come back, if you are booked off the ship, you don't book through the ship, then you could possibly be left behind. And we don't want that to happen. So we normally book our excursions through the ship. They're pretty much guaranteed through the ship to be safe, checked out. And I feel safer that way. So Steve is saying, Chris, the steak in the main dining room is not that great. So I guess the steak's not that great in the dining room, according to Steve. Did you go back and watch the videos, or do you remember that, Steve?
I remember that.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, maybe they've got new chefs by now. Steve is my husband. Of course, everybody knows from my videos. He's in the other room watching it on his laptop, but he can hear me. So not yet. Tomorrow. Oh, you're going to get the storm tomorrow. Okay. So in Cozumel, we are not diving this time. It wasn't offered through the ship. We looked at other things that we could do there, and we have done four-wheelers there before, ATVs, and what else have we done in Cozumel? What else have we done in Cozumel? We've done the ATVs there. We've done diving there. That's it? Okay. But this time we are going to go to the Mayan Cavern and cenote swim experience. So what it is basically we're going to be swimming through a cavern under in a cave. So, and they said we're allowed to bring cameras, so I'll be able to take footage of it, which I think is very cool. But it should be a really fun experience, and we haven't done anything like that before. So I'm really looking forward to that. And Sparkle by Monica is here. Oh, it's storming in Kentucky too. Wow. I know there's storms all the way on the East Coast. I'm not sure. It's been kind of like overcast here all day. There hasn't been any sun, and it's real damp out, but it's saying it's 65 degrees. You couldn't prove that by me because it definitely doesn't feel like it's 65. Yeah, we're not diving this time. We're not diving in Cozumel this time because it wasn't offered through the ship. We've dove with them a couple of times and really loved the experience with them. I have some dive videos on my playlist, but If you just put in like Valerie Reese diving or something, I'm sure some of the dive videos will come up. But we've really enjoyed diving with the team down in Cozumel because they take the time to stop and show you things where other dive teams don't really take as much time with you. They just kind of like just swim and you follow them. And if you see something, you see it. And if you don't, you don't. They may stop if they see a turtle or something like that and show you. But a lot of times you just got to kind of find the stuff on your by yourself. The Sino, is it Sino? Cenotes always intrigue me. Can't wait to see the video. Yeah, I'm excited to do that. I really am excited to swim through that. We miss the tornadoes, but lots of rains and winds here in Richmond. Richmond, Kentucky? Because we're near Richmond, Virginia. We're north of Richmond, northwest of Richmond. We love to go traveling and see the world. And I think the best way to do it is on a cruise ship because you get to see no A's. See no A's. Cenotes. Richmond, Kentucky. Yeah, we're close. We're about an hour out of Richmond, Virginia, northwest of Richmond, Virginia. And we love to travel. The best way I think to travel is by cruise ship because you pay one fare, you get all your food for free, you get all your shows for free, you can lay in the sun, do whatever you want to do, and or you don't have to do anything if you don't want to do anything. And then they take you to different places and you can go out and just explore by yourself, or you can go out on excursions. You can spend a little bit on excursions, or you can spend a lot of money on excursions. It's kind of up to you and your budget, but then you get to see 2 or 3 different places. Like we're going to 3 different places on this cruise. So our first stop is going to be in Cozumel, which I love Mexico. I love Cozumel, and that's one of my top places that I like to go to. So I'm going to really enjoy that. Yeah, you should take a cruise. I like Celebrity because it's not a lot of kids. There's not a lot of like splashing and stuff at the pool, not a lot of like belly flop contests and stuff like that. There's no water slides and stuff like that draws in the younger folks. It's more of a older folks kind of cruise ship, and that's what we like. We want quiet. We want to be able to sit around and have it quiet and not have a bunch of kids running around and stuff. If we want that, we got our grandkids. We can do stuff with our grandkids, but we don't take them on cruises because that's not the environment we want. We want to just relax when we're on a cruise. Your brother lives in Richmond, Kentucky. Yeah. When we went to Alaska, we were looking for a quilt shop up there. We actually found a quilt shop up in one of the little towns we were at up in Alaska, but we had to go and visit the quilt shop. You need calm and not chaos. Yeah, because, our daily lives have enough chaos. We don't need it when we're on vacation. All right. So we'll be in Cozumel from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., then back on the ship. I think our excursion, let me see. Our excursion's at 7:30 a.m. So we get in Cozumel at 7 o'clock. We need to get off the ship and get to meet up with our group. And then this, I didn't print out all the details on this one, so I don't even know how long it is. I didn't print out the detail page on that one. So it's probably usually about 3 or 4 hours. An excursion lasts about 3 or 4 hours. So we leave Cozumel at 4 p.m. and then we go on to Georgetown in the Grand Cayman Islands, and we get there at 10 a.m. the next morning. And we were going to do diving there. We had actually booked a 2-tank dive there, the 2 dives, single tank each. but Grand Caymans is not my favorite dive team. Um, they're just okay. There's a girl that dives out of there that is real good, and we don't mind diving with her. But the guys, we're not, they're young and they kind of like to play around and do their own thing. And they're more about what they can see than what they're going to show you. And they don't try to keep the group together. And we want to feel safe when we go diving. And I can't say that I feel real safe with them when I'm diving with the guys down there. So I don't really want to be diving in a place that I don't feel safe, because I kind of rely on the dive masters to take care of us, all of us, all the divers, to make sure everybody's safe and doing what they need to be doing. Okay. All right. Thank you for stopping in, Monica. You have a great evening, great weekend. So we decided not to dive in Cozumel. Plus, Steve, had a back injury, and I've had a knee injury, which we're both recovering from, and we've decided that diving is probably not what we should be doing. And I was explaining to Leah in Huckleberry Hollow earlier. On a We had a phone call the other day. We called each other, and diving is work. I mean, you have to get your gear, take your gear, get it to the dive boat, get everything set up, get your we wear skin suits versus, we don't really need dive suits because it's not that cold there, but we wear skin suits, so getting geared up, then the we have weights we put around our waist so we can sink. I do about 12 pounds because, I'm fat and fat floats. So I got to put extra weight on so I can sink. And then the tank, and that weighs what, 30 to 40 pounds or something, Steve? I mean, they're not light, but once you're underwater, everything, you don't feel anything. But that gear is heavy, and to get it and to walk on a ship that's moving to the back of the ship, get off the ship, get back on the ship with it, take everything off, switch your tanks out, get ready for your second dive. It's a lot of work, and you're tired by the end of the day. You're beat. Plus you're in the sun when you're sitting on the ship for an hour waiting for the time. You have to wait an hour between dives for safety reasons. And I want to thank Monica for the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Monica. I appreciate that. I really do. Can't cruise. Oh yeah. Leah does have a little issues with motion. So I can see where maybe she would not do well with cruising. I think there's patches and stuff you can wear. I don't need all that stuff, but I have, felt a little queasy on the last ship. I felt a little queasy. I'm not sure if the stabilizer on the ship wasn't working real well or something, but I did get a little queasy on the last ship a couple of days. But normally I don't. Normally, the very first ship we ever went on, like 12, 15 years ago, whenever it was, Celebrity Mercury, and the first going out the coast of North Carolina, it was so rough that I did get a little seasick then. But since then, I haven't had any issues, and we've been on a dozen cruises or so. I don't know. So in Grand Caymans, we decided we are not going to dive. So we canceled our dive, and because of, if I'm going to dive, I want to feel real healthy doing it. And I just didn't feel it this year, like my knee, and I just don't feel like I'm in the best shape I could be in, and I'm not confident with the dive team, and Steve's back, and so a lot of reasons, and I just don't want to work that hard. I'm getting old. I just I don't want to work that hard, and usually by the age of 65, most cruise ships will cut off the diving, or most the dive shops will cut off the diving. It just depends, and I'm be 64 this summer. So I don't know. I'm getting there where it's going to be cut off, but I'm getting kind of where maybe I just don't even feel like doing it anymore. And there's other things we could do that we've missed doing because we dive every time we go. So we decided instead we're going to do a dolphin encounter, which I've never done a dolphin encounter, and 7 Mile Beach at the Grand Caymans. So we're docking at 10 o'clock. We have to be at our excursion at 11:30. And basically what it is we're going to be in an area where there's dolphin, and we're going to be there, and they're going to have the dolphin come up to us, and we can kind of love on them and hug on them, and they'll probably take our pictures. Most places don't let you have cameras when you're in with dolphin because they don't want you to scratch the dolphin or accidentally hurt a dolphin or something. So I have not ever done that, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Not sure what else goes along with that, but I guess just playing with dolphin. We're not going to do the thing where they push us, or you're sitting there and they push your feet and you go up, and we're not doing all of that stuff. That's not for us. We're just going to be there just to interact with the dolphin, and that's it. So we have to be back on the ship by 5 o'clock. And then we have a day at sea. So we'll spend a day at sea doing whatever it is that we can do. And the next morning we will be at Nassau, Bahamas at 10:30 a.m. Now, Bahamas aren't one of my favorite places to be. We've been there once. When do we go to the Bahamas? Once or twice?
Bahamas, we've been there
at least once.
Just once. This will be our second time.
Yeah, so this will be our second time. They do say that Nassau went under renovation, and they built up the port area, and it looks really good. And I have seen some videos on it, and I think it'll be nice. I think it'll be nice to go there, see all the new stuff. And we have booked an excursion for there. The last time we went, I do remember the excursion that we booked, because we were going to.
So if that's the case, we've been twice.
We went to Freeport, and we went to Nassau. So we went snorkeling. We went snorkeling in one, because we went through a
stingray or with the jellyfish.
Yeah. Are you going to talk? You're going to come and talk? Okay. So we swam through some baby jellyfish, and they stung all of our arms and stuff. So we ended up with kind of welts on our arms, and they sprayed us with this stuff. And then I'm not sure if that was Freeport or Nassau, but in the other one, our excursion was canceled because it was too windy or something. And we ended up, because we were supposed to go out on a catamaran or something. But we ended up just taking a horse and buggy around the town. And I mean, it was okay. But this time we're just going to Nassau, and we're doing the Essential Nassau Sights and Flavors, which is the sights of Nassau and Paradise Island from the comfort of an air-conditioned bus with local free food and drink samples along the way. There'll be tour guides there, plenty of time to take pictures of the Parliament building, historic Rawson Square, Nassau Rum Cake Factory, where there's some free samples, of course, Atlantis Royal Towers, and then we stop at the Queen's Staircase. Then we continue on to a National Art Gallery and a rum distillery. So, I mean, we've been to a lot of like the rum distilleries and stuff like that in the different islands. And I mean, you see one, I think you see them all. And it's kind of like we've done it a few times, and it's not like that would be the top thing on my list to do. But this has other things included in it. And so I think it'll be good. I think we'll have fun. So I'm excited for all those. You love food tours? Yeah, I think trying different foods from different places, I think, is fun. But we wanted to do that food tour in Richmond that time. We never did get to do that, did we? Might have to try that. So, and then we leave the Bahamas at 5 p.m. and come back to Fort Lauderdale. This is only a 6-day cruise. So that's what we're doing on our 6-day cruise. We will be on Reflection of the Sea. It's the second time we've been on Reflection, and the sea and its occupancy for the ship. It's a small ship. It's only 3,046 people. Food tour in Richmond. I have to look it up. Because I haven't looked that up in a while. But we like the smaller ships. We don't like the big mega ships. We tried the Oasis of the Sea. It was so big. We're old, and it's for young people. All that running around and stuff, and at the time our diets were different, and he had to eat from a place that's over here, and then we had to, trek a mile down the ship to go to another venue to get something that I could eat, and it was a lot of walking, and we missed shows because the dining room was slow because there were so many people, and the big ships don't have as good a service, I don't think, in my opinion. They're nice and there's beautiful and there's a lot to do, but we prefer the smaller ships because I really think the smaller ships have better service. They may be older and maybe not as pretty because they a little outdated and maybe need a little refreshing and or whatnot. But I still think for the service and everything else, I prefer the smaller ships, and I know Steve does too. So we are happy to be on a smaller ship. We are in a deluxe veranda room, which is, we like our balconies, and they call the balconies verandas on these ships. So we do have a deluxe veranda, which is like almost at the back of the ship. And it's not facing backwards because we like the sunset verandas that face backwards and overlook the wake of the ship. We've gotten those a couple of times, and in Bermuda, it was beautiful in Bermuda because we were docked there for a couple of days, and we could, made sure we could see the ocean because we're in the very back of the ship. And then our last ship, we had the sunset veranda, which was facing the back of the ship. But this time we're not getting that. I think they were all booked and we couldn't get one. So we are getting one towards the back of the ship. It's a deluxe veranda, which is a little bit bigger than a normal veranda or another just regular size veranda. But I think the rooms are basically the same size, or the cabins. So we'll see. I don't think we've been in a deluxe veranda before. I will definitely look up the food tour for Richmond and see what's going on with that. So, what questions do y'all have? Do y'all have any questions about the cruise? I'm looking forward to the shows. I'm looking forward to hopefully playing some bingo, to relaxing by the pool or the hot tub or just in our rooms on the balcony. I am going to take my laptop. I'm taking my camera, of course, taking a lot of footage. Don't know if I'll be posting while I'm there, but I'm hoping to have, some videos posted ahead of time. I am ahead on my videos, so I've got some scheduled to be posted, and hopefully we will have plenty that will keep us through, and I don't have to do a whole lot of editing while I'm on the cruise. We are flying down to Florida. We are not driving this time. I have my cruise package that came in the thing today from our travel agent, and she always sends us the cruise package that has our luggage tags and everything in there, so we can put that on our luggage, and has all the directions of everything we're supposed to do. So we are ready. What else did I forget, Steve? The flight, yeah, we got to fly out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we are an hour and a half from the airport. So we should really be there by 5 or 5:30. So we'll probably have to leave the house by 3, right? No, 4, but for about 4 o'clock. So we'll probably have to get up like 3:30. That's early. And then what? The flight coming back is when? It's
We could actually do an excursion. If you're looking for the weather, we could do an excursion.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe we should just backpack.
I couldn't put everything in a backpack. Not all my clothes. Just we need bathing suits and stuff. I don't know, because the flight going back is late,
Good,
so
we don't-
we have all day to
good
sit
if
in the
we don't
airport.
pack, formal night clothes.
Hmm?
We could if we don't pack formal night clothes.
No, I couldn't get all my stuff in a backpack. And we get in early. I mean, because our flight is at 7, and it's a direct flight. So we get there at 9:30. We probably can't even check into the hotel till like 3. Last time we did that, and we had to sit in the hotel in the lobby for like hours. So I make sure to bring a puzzle game or something to play. So I bring puzzle books with me.
This hotel we're staying at, I think, is a little bit better. I don't know when we stay at.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get early check-in. Leah said she just Googled. They have pizza and ice cream tour, 3 of each. That sounds good.
Sign me up for the ice cream.
Huh?
Sign me up for the ice cream.
Steve said sign him up for the ice cream tour. Seeing the cultures of the island. Yeah, I like that too. We like to go through the shops. I like, even if we don't buy anything, we like to go through the shops. Now, normally we'll buy like a picture frame for our photo wall, which is over there. Steve makes the shadow boxes, and then we take a picture frame that we buy in each of the ports, and we take a picture, like a little selfie of us or something, to put in the picture frame at each port. And we don't need to do that for this because we've already got one from Cozumel, Grand Caymans, and the Bahamas on our wall. So we don't buy 2 if we've already been to the ports. But that's what we like to go through the shops and get those. Sometimes if they have a pretty little sundress or something, I'll buy that. Or, we just see something we might like, we pick it up. I look forward to the coconut. They have the coconut macaroons at the coffee bar, and they usually have those like every day. So that's a weakness of mine, is the coconut macaroons. But on the islands, you can get different things with coconut or whatnot. We've had the tacos I think in Cozumel. We had tacos in one of the outdoor venues there that were really good. What else have we tried? The breakfast is always good because there's a lot of selection on the buffet. Leah said she's not cruising. She said she would get seasick.
I said she needs to just eat some green apples and come on.
Yeah, eat some green apples and come on, girl. Alrighty. And then, coming home is at 9 p.m., 9 to 11 p.m., 11:13. So we'll be sitting in the airport a while, coming back too. Tis what it is. It's on vacation, right? The shows on the last ship weren't that great, I didn't think. I think there was one dancer that was throwing off the whole cast. I think the rest of the cast were pretty good. It was just that one dancer that had no timing and just really couldn't dance that well. But the comedians are usually good. If they have comedians, they're usually pretty good. Um, what else? What did we forget? Y'all tell me what I forgot. We're getting the Wi-Fi. We are paying for Wi-Fi. We're not paying for drink. We have gratuities included, Wi-Fi included, but we're not paying for the drink package. Yeah, she said we'd probably figure out how to rock the boat for her.
No, I don't do that.
We could try. We only spun you on the teacups.
I like to stay in the center of the ship. If you go midship, you can't even tell you're on the boat.
Yeah, you can't. If you're midship, looking out on the horizon, you'll be fine.
Oh, they got a sale going on. Third and fourth guests are free.
There you go. You just have to sleep on our sleeper sofa.
You didn't hear me.
No, I don't know. I think she's already said it's not going to happen. She's got the room upstairs. I colored it blue so that it looks like you're on a boat, like in the sea. That's why the room's blue upstairs for you. It's your cruise ship. Just look over the balcony. All right, who's got questions? Anybody out there got any questions about the cruise? I can't think of anything else that I've forgotten. We don't much swim in the pools when we're swimming on the cruise ship. We do when we go on the tour in the Grand Caymans. It does with the dolphins. It includes beach time afterwards, which is going to be nice because we'll have a beach chair with an umbrella. We can sit there. We can take our snorkel gear and be able to do a little snorkeling there on our own. But she has PTSD from the teacups. Oh, I'm sorry. But we'll do the beach time, but we don't really like sitting by the pool. We do go to the hot tubs on the ship from time to time, and usually after we go diving, just to get our muscles relaxed back. But we're just not going to do the diving this time. We're just don't feel like we want to put out that much effort. We're being lazy, so it'll be all good. Well, that's all I got. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I don't guess. Can't think of anything else that we need to talk about the ship. I don't give out the room number. I'll give out the room number once we're on the ship, but I'm not going to give out the room number or anything like that yet because I don't want that, or the name of the hotel. I usually do that after we stay in the hotel. I'll tell you where we were and do a room tour, and I'll do a room tour of our room once we're checked out of it. But I don't usually do that before we go on vacation, is tell where we're staying or too much information, just kind of basics. So that's what I have. Looking forward to the food, to see what they have on their buffet, what they have in the dining room this time. Usually have a lobster night. We'll do lobster night. Probably do one formal night. These might be all they have on a 6-day cruise is one formal night. But besides that, I don't know. We'll just do whatever we feel like doing each day. take our time, do a little exploring, and that'll be it. And there's Thomas Green. He comes in at the very end. Well, I'm glad you came in to talk about the cruise with us. Do you have any cruise questions for us? Because I've just gone through everything and I don't know what else to talk about, but we miss you guys. You guys got to tell us when you're available and come over and we'll cook some steaks or something on the grill and um, hang out and chat or something, or we could go out and do something if y'all want to. But we miss seeing you guys. So, Thomas, where is your next cruise to? Is he still with us? Where's our next cruise to, Steve? After this one? We don't know yet. Hey, Lisa. Lisa's here too. And Buzzard Prepper's here too. Hi, Buzzard Prepper. He's saying hi to Steve and Val. Steve's in the other room. He's watching on his computer. He's saying hi. Say hi to Lisa and Charlie. Lisa, you coming up this way anytime soon? Or while I'm here? Thomas went quiet. Thomas, you got a cruise scheduled? Hopefully. Good. Well, give me a call or something. Let me know when you're coming there. If you got like open dates so that I make sure that it's a week that I'm here. We schedule around me not being here. You have a cruise in May. Where are you going? Oh, storming in Tennessee. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that there's storming. Kentucky and North Georgia. Both, I had people from both areas in here that said it was storming. Yeah, I'm busy in April. I've got a couple of weeks in April that I'll be here between trips. So I have to, stay home and do laundry and get ready for my next trip. What is your problem? Why haven't you taken a cruise? You need to get on a cruise, especially your brother takes cruises all the time. You're going to Bermuda? What are you going to do? Do you know? Thomas likes Bermuda. We were there one time. We hiked. It's so spread out there. We walked a long way to get up to one of the forts at the very end. It was a long walk, but we enjoyed the walk. We enjoyed the fort. We went to a cavern, underground cavern. That was pretty cool for an island. We saw glass blowing there. We did a dive there that wasn't really that great because we didn't see a lot of fish. It was basically a sunken ship, but I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great. Thank you. We decided we are not diving this time, so we won't have dive footage, but we're going to have some pretty cool footage of the cenote cavern. We're going to swim the cenote cavern. I don't know how to say it. Lobster diving. Diving to get lobsters? Huh. I've seen lobsters while I was diving. I never gathered lobsters or anything. Yeah, the glass blowing is pretty close to the ship, actually, we bought a Christmas ornament with of blown glass. It's really pretty, and brought it back. That's right there in that little shopping area near the cruise ship where our cruise ship docked. I don't know if all the cruise ships dock in the same place, but that was pretty cool. Renaissance, I think. We're in Fort Lauderdale. We're going out of Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. Renaissance, Fort Lauderdale Marina. I do too. I don't know. Thomas doesn't do any live cruise footage. He has a channel. He should just put some cruise footage up there. He takes more cruises than I do. Puerto Rico, we haven't dove Puerto Rico. We need to, if we want to dive and get some dives in, we need to just go to a sandals resort or something and stay for a few days and do a couple of dives out of there. I really enjoyed that down in St. Lucia. Just going to the island and staying in the island for a couple of days and just diving when we felt like diving with the boats that go out. Oh, I don't remember in Bermuda.
I just saw where Trump's gonna put a travel ban on 43 countries.
Yeah. Do you know where we docked in Bermuda, Steve?
We tendered.
In Bermuda?
No, we didn't dock. We tendered.
In Bermuda?
Yeah.
No, we stayed there for 3 days.
Yeah, when you had to use the tender to get.
No, we had
Naval
to.
Yard.
We stayed at the Naval Yard.
Royal Naval Yard.
But to get to the other side of Bermuda, we had to take a ferry. You could take a ferry. You could they say not to take cabs because cabs are really expensive there. So if you take the ferry, we took public transportation. We caught the bus. And that worked, but there's, everybody caught the bus. The locals caught the bus. So, but you could get a bus ticket and try to catch the bus there. You just have to figure out the transportation system. I was told not to take cabs there because cabs are really, really expensive there. But the island is so spread out that you have to get around somehow. What's been my favorite cruise of all? My favorite place, I think, to dive of all was Aruba. I just thought Aruba was awesome for the diving. What's your favorite dive spot, Steve? And I like Cozumel for diving too because of the dive team. Aruba was okay with the dive team. They had a pretty decent dive team, but the dive itself was amazing. Aruba was your favorite?
Yeah.
What's been our favorite cruise of all? Do we have a favorite cruise?
I always like the Eastern Caribbean ones better than the Western.
Steve is saying the Eastern Caribbean cruises versus the Western. Yeah, our very first cruise was on Celebrity Mercury, and we did St. Thomas, St. Kitts, St. Croix, Antigua, and St. Martin's. I liked that cruise a lot because we had 5 ports. It was a 14-day cruise, so it was really long, or 12-day cruise, something like that. It was a long cruise, which seemed pretty much going back. It was like 3 days going down and 3 days coming back because we went out of Baltimore. It was the 3 days, especially at the end, seemed very long because you just are ready to be done with it because you've already seen all the islands. And I mean, not that being at sea is bad, but after that many days, after about 7 days, especially for our first cruise, we were like, okay, we're just ready to be home. But we loved the ports. We loved the things we did. We did some horseback riding, which was fun. We did some ATVing, and we did some snorkeling. We swam with stingrays. Did some exploring. I mean, we did a little bit of everything. So that was a good cruise because it was longer and we got to see more ports. I loved last year. I loved Puerto Rico. I loved Puerto Rico. I love Dominican Republic as far as the adventures that we went on. Um, I think they were like two of my favorite ports, just because of the stuff we did. Yeah, Roll Dockyard. That's where we docked, and then you take the ferry, right? But we've been on quite a few. We did Alaska. The Alaska cruise was nice because Alaska is just beautiful, but it's cold, and we went in the end of May where it was still cold, and even on the cruise ship, we were wearing scarves and mittens and hats, and you know what I'm saying, gloves and hats, and we were cold. And I don't really want to be on a cruise ship and not be able to sit at a pool or enjoy the outside. I want to be able to enjoy the balcony. But we were on the balcony and we were seeing, seals go by on icebergs, and it's still and seeing whales, and that's still cool too. So I can't say that I didn't love Alaska because I do love Alaska. Maybe we should have gone a little bit later in the season. The glass blowing in Bermuda closed down due to COVID. It didn't open back up. Oh, I really enjoyed the glass blowing. Now, Steve did glass blowing on, was it the last ship
Yeah.
last year? Was the Apex, right?
I don't remember that.
What, you don't remember what ship it was?
No.
Oh, Steve did glass blowing on one of the ships. I don't know if it was the Apex or not, but one of the ships that we were on. Huh? You can if you want. Yeah, that's where we're staying. Is that a nice hotel? I don't think we've stayed there before. Yeah, they let you do it on the ship. There's some of the ships that have the glass blowing now, and they let you do it. King's Wharf. It should be cool.
It's very
I mean, it's
monitored.
right. They are helping you and doing a lot of it themselves, but at least you get that experience of seeing how it's done and being part of it. It's not free. I mean, you had to pay to do it, but it's still pretty cool. Yeah, Royal Navy Naval Dockyard. So where are you going next? Are you going to Hawaii? Is Hawaii your next one? Uh, 3 magnitude earthquake in Mississippi this afternoon. They're seeing a lot of everything today. Near Maggie, Mississippi. Hawaii. And when are you going, Thomas? Are you going in April? May? Well, I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Lisa be gone. Nobody be home. May. Oh, you're going in May too. It's probably going to be warm down there. They say the Pacific coast, the ocean's rougher. Have you Have you had a cruise on the West Coast before, Thomas? Do you remember, was our cruise more bumpy? I think our cruise was a little bumpy going up to Alaska, right? Off of Washington State, Steve?
Yeah, we had one at one point. It was, yeah.
Yeah, when they get farther out, once they get in close and then go through the passes and stuff, you're fine. But when you're out in the ocean, it's a little bumpy. I'm sure. I bet Hawaii has some good food. I think it depends on the cruise, how good the food is, and who the chef is, and what restaurant you're in. Because we've even gone to some good restaurants before where the food was not good, and the dining room food was better than the specialty restaurants. So it just depends on who's cooking, and just kind of like any restaurant, you can go to a restaurant in one place that's a restaurant you like, go somewhere else, and if the chef isn't any good, the food is not going to be any good. But overall, I think the food on the cruises are pretty good. We didn't Neither of us really like the Apex. I think I had a couple of good meals on the Apex, but I had some bad food on the Apex too. So I don't think it was um because we didn't like how they cooked it. I think they just couldn't cook. Buzzard Purpose asking Lisa how long she lived in Hawaii. Ooh, that would be cool. I've only been in a helicopter once, and it was a really tiny one, like a two-seater. And it was like an aerial photography helicopter, and the bubble went under your feet so you could look down. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it at all. So I don't know. I would probably pass on the helicopter tour, just because I didn't like it when I was in the last helicopter. But some people like that kind of stuff. Cool. So y'all have had the Hawaii experience. We've never been to Hawaii. Steve, what do you think about Hawaii? Steve, are you still there? I think he left me. Yeah, the West Coast. I've heard that all the way up and down the West Coast. It's the cruising's a little more rough than the East Coast or Caribbean. Okay, Magnum PI. That would be cool. I mean, I'd love to see Hawaii. I'd love to see the islands, and I would really probably even love to dive down there. I just don't know how many more years of diving I have in me. I just feel like it's so much work now. It just feels like work. Honolulu, Hawaii offers drop-off helicopter tours to Oahu, replicating the Onic Magnum PI. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Arizona Memorial Tour. What is that? Yeah, I feel 25, but my body just won't play along with me. My body fights me on it. I act like I'm 25 and then, I blow out a knee or something. I think I've been rough on my body most of my years, so it's kind of rebelling on me. Oh, I got you. The battleship. Hmm. Cool. Yeah, I would like to do Hawaii. Maybe one day we'll get there. We were just trying to figure where our next place would be, and then he threw Spain in there, and I was like, well, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Still leaking. Hmm. Steve's favorite thing is the ice cream. They always used to have these soft serve ice cream machines. Now I know when we went to the Celebrity Reflection, the ship we're going on this time, the last time they had it wasn't self serve anymore. They had a ice cream station. And they fixed it for you. So the he didn't like the ice cream on the last ship, the Apex. So I'm hoping that he said it was more like ice milk than ice cream. So I'm hoping the Celebrity Reflection will have better ice cream, but we will probably check it out to see. Never been to Hawaii. It's on my bucket list. There's a lot of places we were talking tonight about. There's a lot of places that we haven't been yet, and we've never been to any of the private islands for any of the ships. And there's ships we haven't been on. I mean, there's a ship, the cruise ship lines that we haven't even taken, like Norwegian and stuff like that. And we're thinking maybe we should try a different cruise ship. Maybe instead of Celebrity and Royal Caribbean all the time, we should try Norwegian or one of the other ships. So y'all will have to give me suggestions on which ones you think are the best ships for people who don't want to be in a party atmosphere all the time, that just want to sit and relax, have more quiet, good food, good entertainment, and not a lot of noise. So you'll have to give me some suggestions for that. Yeah, you'll have to give us an ice cream report. Celebrity Edge. Oh, I like moose tracks. I haven't had moose tracks in a long time. Princess, we've never been on Princess. Princess seems like it's a little pricey, but I'm not ruling that out as an option. Leah's in North Carolina. She's not far from me. I'm in Virginia, of course. Leah and I are buddies. Celebrity Silhouette. We haven't been on that ship. You'll have to tell me how that one is. Is that a smaller ship? I think that's a smaller ship. Oceana. Is that a tiny ship? Oceana. You have to get with me with Steve and I, Thomas, and figure out that one. Maybe we can do a cruise together. How are the steaks on the cruise? That depends on the cruise. Some of the cruise ships have really good steaks, and Steve said he didn't think Celebrity did. He didn't think Celebrity, the one we're on, the Reflection, had good steaks, but you know they might have got a better cook or something. It might have been the cook. Really, I really thought Princess was more than Celebrity. I have to check it out. I've heard Princess is nice. Yeah, Lisa, let me know what you think of that. Oceana, we've never done Oceana. I thought Oceana was like tiny, like, maybe 500 people or something. We'll have to check out Princess. Have y'all ever been on Norwegian or any of those other ones? Holland America? We've never done any of those. But we wouldn't rule them out. I have to look up that now. I'm going to look that up tonight, Oceana tonight, and look and see how big the ship is. Oh, you've been on all three NCL. Did you like all three of them? Is one better than the other for old people like us? What did you think, Lisa? Did you like both of those ships? Oh, that would be perfect. Especially if I don't go during spring break or in the summer. And we never go in the summer. We try not to go during hurricane season. All right, so we check out Holland America, Oceana, and Princess. Cool. We'll check those out. Paddle boat. That would be fun. We did a cruise out of Nashville when we were in Tennessee. That's been years back, but we did a little cruise that went down and around and came back with like a little dinner cruise type thing. That was cool. They had a nice comedian on there. Oh, you hated Norwegian? Anything specifically why? I just like quiet. But I like to have a little bit of activity, even if it's like the art classes and stuff, the shows. I like the shows. I like the comedy shows. I don't like adult comedy, like the ones that with all the cursing and stuff. That's not needed to be funny. You don't need all that cursing and stuff. But I like the comedy that's for everybody. Service. Oh, yeah, don't want that. Don't want any of that. Bad service, bad food, kids. No, don't want any of that. So, yeah, we'll like scratch Norwegian off. Holland America, Princess. I have to write that down because I'll forget. in Oceania. I'll check those ones out tonight. We went on Carnival one time, way back when. We went on the Carnival Pride, which was really not that bad of a ship. And I mean, we had an okay time. That it didn't have a lot of fights and stuff like they do now. A lot of times you'll hear of all the fights and stuff on Carnival, and even Royal Caribbean now. It seems like it's getting a little um, out of hand. I don't know if they're serving too much liquor to these people or something, but we don't want to be involved in all that, fighting and arguing and, people acting fools. We just want quiet. Yeah, I thought Oceana was a little pricey. Hmm. Yeah, we're on a limited budget now that I'm retired, but I'm loving retirement so much. Um, it's good to be able to get up and kind of do your own thing and not have to worry about who's going to call you and what they're going to want and how fast do they want it. And I don't have to worry with all that anymore. I can worry about what I'm going to do for the day. What am I going to sew for the day? My next show coming up, or my next volunteer shift somewhere or whatever. That's the only thing I care. I don't care about work anymore. So what am I going to cook today? Yeah, we went on quite a few Royal Caribbean, and our first one was Celebrity. We did Royal Caribbean, and then we kind of went back to Celebrity. Um, we did Royal Caribbean going up to Alaska. I think was our last Royal Caribbean. Um, they did okay, but the excursion desk, the people attending the excursion desk were great, but the manager there was terrible. And there was a problem with one of our excursions, and she would not come out and speak to us about it because she knew there was a problem, and she waited till the last minute to tell us there was a problem with the excursion, and then everything got messed up. And we said, can we just talk to her? And she would not come out and talk to us because she knew she was wrong and didn't want to, take care of the situation. And the desk did the best they could with it. So it kind of had, turned us off to Royal Caribbean a little bit. Things happen. I know that things happen. We try not to hold that against the cruise ship. But, when you, like, even with our last one, when we had issues with the last one, and I turned in a review, and nobody contacted me to say, hey, I'm sorry, these things happened or whatever. And, how can we correct them? Because most people, if you say something's wrong, they'll get in touch with you and see how they can correct it to make it better. Because, that's part of why you do reviews on things is if there's something wrong with it, let us make it better. Let us figure out how to make it better. And if they don't care, then why should I care about cruising with them again? And we kind of got a bad taste in our mouth with Celebrity, but we figured we did go during spring break, and that was kind of part of the issue. There were other issues with it, but we'll see how this one goes. We were on Reflection before, and we liked Reflection, so we'll see how this one goes. And if Celebrity is the way it was on our last cruise, I don't know that I want to go back and cruise with them again. So this will be their kind of last chance to get it right with me. So Royal Caribbean's going to cease. Oh, from Baltimore, the end of 26. We haven't been out of Baltimore in a while. Um, Baltimore's easy for us to get to. We can go there by car, spend the night, and then, hit the ship and then drive back pretty quickly. But we've been going out of Florida a lot. The going down the East Coast gets a little bumpy sometimes. The coast of North Carolina and stuff. Yes, absolutely. I would not cruise if I didn't have a balcony. We did an inside cabin on our very first cruise. And I, kind of regretted it because I like to be able to sit on my balcony privately and not have to be at a pool or some other area, public area, and be able to enjoy the ocean. So I would not cruise without a balcony. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's worth the extra. Really? See, I looked at Princess and I thought Princess was pricey for Alaska compared to Royal Caribbean, but maybe it's just what I was looking at. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I didn't look good enough. Yeah, I wouldn't go any other way than a balcony. I wouldn't want to be on an inside room again, or even like a little porthole. To me, it's you sit there and longing to be outside. Whereas you have a balcony, you can sit out there and have breakfast. Um, you know, while Steve's in the shower or something, I can get some coffee and sit on the balcony and do whatever, text on my phone or watch videos or whatever I want to do and eat breakfast on my balcony if I want to. It's just the way to go. Or sit there before you go to a show or before you go to dinner or something while somebody else is getting ready. All right. Well, I'll probably let everybody go so I can go and chill out. I'll maybe look up some Princess Cruises or Holland America. See what else is going on. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and watching. If anybody else has any questions or anything, throw them in there now so I can answer them if I have any answers. This has been fun. I'm looking forward to our cruise next month. I hope y'all are going to stay tuned for the videos that'll come behind it. And then, from there, I'm going to be going to Colombia for a missionary trip for about 9 days, and I'll get some footage down there. So, all right, see if he can give us a discount. Right, Leah? See, I got a friend who cruises. You got some discounts? All right. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for coming, and I will catch you on the next live stream. Have a great night.